Danny Flexon for Seconds Out here with Joyce. Joe, it's been announced obviously you're fighting on July 13th at the O2, not against Daniel Dubois as was originally mooted, but now looking for an opponent. How frustrating, if at all, is it for you when you're up there naming your top 3 most desired opponents and it's like, yeah, I really want Caballero, probably not going to happen. I really want Manuel Char, not going to happen in July. Well, I really want Chisora, not at the price he's asking. How does it feel to kind of get that constant comeback on that?
Yeah, it's hard. I get myself prepared physically and mentally in the gym, and it's difficult. But it seems to be always like that. I never really know my opponent till the last minute. But I mean, it seems that there's more of a plan going forward here. Like I've got my fight in Stevenage against Ustinov, and then with Frank and my manager trying to get an opponent for July, and it seems that again no one wants to really fight me, so unless for like crazy money, so it's it's difficult, but I'm sure there'll be I'm sure I'll be in a good fight, and I just need to chase down those belts. Like ideally, I would have liked to gone for the European and then the Worlds. Keep talking about it, but I guess it's tough, isn't it? It's better. I just do what I do, and hopefully I get into those fights.
You mentioned the Ustinov fight, which is obviously first up next week. Because you're fighting again in July, how much is in the back of your mind not to get cut or to suffer a freak injury and that sort of thing, more so than in a normal fight where you haven't got another one lined up?
I know he's like a big, rough and tough, strong heavyweight, so he's very experienced. So I don't want to be like particularly being hit by him. But I know. But I'm gonna obviously get my shots off on that. He seems pretty slow, and he's 42. I mean, I thought I was slow, but hopefully I'm going to look good and fast.
Mate, you look like Sugar Ray Leonard, yeah.
So I look forward to that. And obviously you're going to have a load of support from Stevenage, and I look forward to putting on a big display there as chief support to Billy Joe.
And then on to maybe, we spoke to Sam earlier, he was talking about the likes of Povetkin, maybe Joseph Parker was another one that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you don't want to fight? It's kind of everyone in the heavyweight top 10 you seem to be willing to jump in with. Yeah,
anyone in the top 10 that's going to progress me forward, and they have they're ranked in other boards and that. Well, anything that's going to edge me closer to being at the top, then that's that's the route I want to go. That's why I was a bit reluctant to fight Dubois for the British. I kind of want to move forward. So I want to get in the bigger fights, and obviously I would have lost my mandatory for the European if I had taken that fight. But I could fight the winner of them two in July.
We talked to Eddie Hearn yesterday at the Nottingham press conference, and he was saying, I think you put out a challenge on Twitter to, was it Usyk? No, Joshua a while ago, but I think there was someone more recently, or it was being talked about that you could fight. I think it might have been Usyk, but I can't remember who it was. And he was saying you should understand when you're chasing the bigger fights why they don't want to fight you, in the same way that you don't want to fight Dubois at the moment.
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Do you kind of have some sympathy with that the guys above you have got more to lose rather than to gain, similar to you not wanting to fight Dubois because you've got more to lose than to gain?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I get that. But that's the game, innit?
So how do you attract these bigger name guys into the ring with you if they're thinking, he's a big puncher, he's got a great engine, don't want to lose against him because even if I beat him, what does it get me, kind of thing? What do you need to do? Is it that those building blocks, so like you've got a European title, or because you've already got the WBA gold belt, which puts you in line for the regular titles? What more can you do?
That's a good question. I don't know. You tell me.
I know. What would Dubois have to do for you to fight him?
It's good domestic dust up. I saw the weaknesses in his game that I can capitalise on, and still very raw.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you need to look really, really rubbish against Ustinov, and then people will see weaknesses in you, and they'll be more willing to fight you.
Possibly.
This could be like a weird way of doing it, but yeah. Do you want to kind of make yourself look poor to do it? You know, obviously not.
Nah.
Fancy that.
Nah.
Everyone's been asking you who you think's going to win out of Dubois and Gorman. I'm not going to ask you that because I've seen from previous interviews you don't really want to commit either way, or maybe you just genuinely don't know who's going to win, which is fine.
Yeah, because it's a 50-50 fight. I mean, they both got their strengths and their weaknesses, and you know, it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to. I was even like interested in watching the press conference and you know see how they both speak to each other and that, because I remember on the squad that obviously in the squad it's quite competitive, so. It'll be interesting to see who wins that one.
Was there a big rivalry between them on the squad? Because Gorman seems to remember it really well, which shows there was on his side. Yeah. But was there on Dubois' side? He doesn't seem to even remember much about it.
No, I don't think he's bothered about anything, is he? I don't know, he just... I don't know.
There's two big kind of domestic heavyweight fights within a couple of weeks. Obviously we hope yours gets added to it depending on who your opponent is, but you've got Gorman and Dubois, and then the week after we've got David Price against Dave Allen, which a lot of people are characterising also as a 50-50 fight. Yeah. How do you see that one going?
Wow, I think probably Dave Allen will. I think he's got his number. It's always a strange one with Price, because you never see you see him like round 3, round 4, and you really hope for him to win and stuff like that, and then you just see him like get hit with something, like act all funny and then go down, and you're like, not again, that kind of thing. Dave Allen's been looking good. The last fight he had with that body shot, that was a great shot, put Lucas Brown to the canvas like that. So maybe he might put Price down like that.
Bold, I like it.
I think he can bang, but I mean he takes a lot of shots, and if Price can get the 1-2 off on him, he's he's got some freakish power in that department. So. But yeah, it's another interesting fight, another 50-50 fight, as they say. But I think I'd like to see Allen win this one.
Brilliant. All right, well, we look forward to hearing your opponent announced. I'm sure we'll speak to you again soon. Cheers, Jack.